Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Seriously Hilarious, a podcast with myself, Shonda.
MV, hey.
Hey, y'all. I know it's been a minute since we recorded, but we're back in action. How's it going, V?
It's going, life is lifing, but I'm here, I'm breathing. I
Okay.
woke up today.
Amen.
That's all you can do.
And breathe.
Just wake up.
So today I wanted to talk about friendships
Mm-hmm.
because a theme that I've been seeing online a lot, with women of a certain age is how to maintain friendships
Like,
as
okay,
adults.
so when you say certain age, you mean between like over 40, over
I mean,
35,
grown,
just
just
adults?
grown, just
Okay,
grown. Because,
okay.
as you know, friendships change when events happen.
Yeah.
So I know, like, one of my friends had babies, like, right out of high school, and I don't think we ever saw her again.
Right. Because, yeah, you on mama duty. I'm free. I'm out. I'm in these streets.
And then she did her pop out like at age 38, like, hey, I'm back. I got a teenager now. And we like,
Yeah, that's
who are you?
yeah, that's generally how it goes. A lot of my friends have children as well, and I see them and I know the children. They know me, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go live my nice single life,
Mm-hmm.
child free, and a lot of my friends had kids young, which I
Yeah.
didn't. I was in college, so I was not
Yeah.
birthing babies.
I took the college route as well.
Um, so it's a different. I feel like it's a different road. Also, as we age and grow older, life happens and people move, you relocate, you get married, you have kids, or you don't, right? Or maybe you're very career driven and you're totally overly enveloped in work and work projects and things like that. So friendships tend to get stressed and put to the test. But I feel like if they're your friends, then they'll be there when you need them, and that's generally how it goes.
Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of focus on the ways that you can maintain friendships, and close relationships with people
Hmm.
regardless. Because personally, my friendships are more valuable to me than like a romantic relationship or even some familiar relationship, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, ain't nothing like a good friend.
I mean, because friends are important. They know the real you. Like, that's the outlet. When your man getting on your nerves, you be like, girl,
When your man and your family get on your nerve, you
say
just be
that.
like, "Girl, do you know that my brother said? Let me tell you what he did. You
Mm-hmm.
won't believe what these
And
fools
it's a
over here."
safe
And they
space.
already know because they know them because
They,
they've met and they like, yeah, sorry, but they are there to let you vent in a safe
in a
space.
safe space.
Um, and then they can kind of probably give you a little feedback to aid and assist.
Honest feedback instead of just trying to tell you what you want to hear.
Right, but I generally just know that everybody crazy anyway. So
Well, I have learned and am still learning that advice requires permission.
mhm.
And sometimes we vent to our friends and we just really want to be heard. We don't necessarily want a solution. And I
Mhm.
am one of those people where I'm very solution oriented. Like I don't have a lot of patience. So my friends know me to be that, and so they don't tell me everything. Like, if they want to shoulder the crown,
Mhm.
I got about 3.5 minutes for you to cry, and then what we doing, girl? Where we pulling up?
That's so funny you said that, girl. I was watching some show, that comedy show thing, that Wild and Out show, and they was
Mm.
doing that greenery screenery, and so they had a car on the screen, and then I guess two of the little people on there was like, so it was a car, and there's a screen. They was like, "Girl, he cheated on me 5 times." It's like, "Give me your keys," and she was just scratching up the car key in the car.
Oh
I do not
wow!
condone car violence. Okay,
Right.
people to car violence, I don't condone it. However, it was hilarious. But yeah, like
We
you
could do
said,
anything that's gonna be like keeping us out of
a
jail, though.
positive solution, right? And most of my solutions are like, leave them, girl, just leave them,
But
because why are you there if you so unhappy? I'm just be so confused 99.99% of the time. Like I mean, none of these men are billionaires, so I'm just like, you unhappy to be poor? I don't get it. But
I'm
so
gonna sip my water because I don't have no tea on
my
me.
my advice to my friends is generally a way too honest. Coming from the space that I come from, being a single person with no children, and my perspective is a little bit different, which they know, but they still ask for advice. They know this. And I always give a disclaimer at the end now or at the beginning. Like, well, now as a person who don't got no kids, but if I had some kids, or as a person who ain't got no man, but if I had a man who did what your man just did, let me tell you what I be doing. But, sometimes they want to hear, sometimes they don't. And like she said, sometimes people just want to lean on your shoulder and cry. I want you to hear. But I'm just
But
like,
I
but
think you
you're
should
going to be
have
crying
other friends
again.
for that.
Yeah, because you're going to be crying again.
I'm not that friend.
Because so I already told you to leave him, but the first time he did it,
Right.
and now you want to cry again.
You back again.
And
the
then
same
so
man
now
and
like
the same problem.
The solution was to leave him.
Because 1 + 1.
Then you wouldn't have to worry about it anymore.
But let's digress, because a lot of times, people are not in a situation where they can leave. They're not in the headspace where they need to leave. Personally, I remember like complaining. I went to couples therapy when I was in a relationship, right? And I was just telling the therapist, I was like, girl, he don't do this, he don't do that. And I'd be like, da, 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 da. And she told me, she said, you don't have to stay.
I mean, because the revelation.
But the thing about it is that never crossed my mind.
Girl.
You know why? Because he wasn't doing anything huge to me. You know what I mean? He was just doing irritating things, but that version of me didn't understand that it could be Wednesday. If I don't want to be with you, I don't have to be with you.
So just like in relationships, each party in the relationship should bring each other peace. In a friendship, each friend should bring each other peace, right?
Yeah.
And if your life is so angst filled, you should not try and dump that on your friend.
That's true.
If you're not trying to get away from the situation.
That is so true.
Because now if you're like, oh my God, let me tell you what he did, girl. I need you to come over here and pack my stuff up or whatever, then that's different.
Call me
now
for that. I'm that friend.
In a moving mode. We're like, okay, let's get your stuff, let's get you an apartment, let's do this, let's do that, like that. Other than that, it's like, okay, but you're choosing to stay. So I don't really. Are we still talking about this? Know about any of this if you're gonna stay here? Because now I know I'm just gonna be looking at him side eye like, and then I'll be looking at you side eye like, because why you
and now
still
I'm sitting
here?
across the dinner table with both of y'all like, and I feel awkward because I feel like I'm being fake because of this. What I know.
I know what I know. Which I probably should. And
I didn't forget. You forgave, but I didn't forgive.
Right, exactly. So you just end up putting your friends in different weird situations, right? Yeah. And I think a lot of times that's why friendships are stressed and also are very limited as people engage and find themselves in those type of relationships, because you tend to only talk to your friends a few times a year, right? Like, say you got friends who live out of state. You probably talk to them every now and again, maybe text here or there, check in, see how everybody's doing. Obviously, birthday shout outs, happy holidays, things like that. But like my friends who live out of state, we will chit chat, but the most of the time that we really talk often is when we're trying to plan a trip. Yeah. If we're trying to plan something, then we're on the phone, we're texting, we're in a group, we're like, all right, where we going, what we doing, how we doing it, let's go. But other than that, everybody's kind of living their life, right? Because again, I am down here living my best life single. They are across state lines all the way back in Chicago, living their best life in relationships with children, doing their thing. So our friendship dynamic is different. But even when I lived in Chicago, it was different as well, because again, I was the friend with no children. They all had kids. So
but I'm the friend with no children, and I still show up to certain things. As an auntie. I'm an auntie, like a real auntie, and then I'm a god mom. You know what I mean? So I show up and I love on the kids, and I try to participate in all of that. But I do get to go home. And, so it's the best position for me, and I know that my friends who are mothers, they love being mothers, and, they need us
They do.
as outlets
They do.
sometimes,
And that's
and they
okay.
need our grace too,
They
right?
do. They do. But leave them. If the man
You
is the
can't leave the
issue,
kids.
no, you can't leave the kids, but the kids shouldn't
Well,
be the
you
problem
can leave the
because
kids
you raised
because
them
if I
kids.
had the
So
kids, I would leave the kids with
if
the daddy.
you
If the
raised
dad
them,
was of sound mind, I would visit the kids.
leave the kids with the daddy is an
We would
option.
have joint custody.
I mean, and yeah, your joint is 90% of the time, cause right. But I mean, it's a
It's
difference.
just different strokes.
Friendships across state lines, friendships across countries. Even I consider me having a friendship with my cousin in Australia, and it's hard because it's like almost a 24-hour time difference. I want to say it's 20 hours or 13. It's
Oh,
a
I met
lot.
some people from Australia on my
You
trip. They were
did?
lovely.
Aren't they so nice?
Yeah, but and it did confirm that kangaroos will run into your headlights. So she's like, "Oh, we just got a grate on all the cars just in case we hit animals." And I'm like, "You said
I
that
have not.
so?
Okay,
You
what
said
part
that
of
so
Australia did you live in,
calm."
though? What part?
No,
Because in Melbourne, I didn't see any kangaroos hopping through
First
the
of all,
street.
Melbourne's like probably a city.
It is a city. That's what I'm saying. If
Okay,
you're out in the
but it's a
outback,
whole lot of country.
right? If you're in the outback, then yeah, you might. It's just like hitting a deer. It's here. But not in the city.
Yeah. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. So my cousin was like, "So do y'all have spiders there?" And I was like, "We have spiders here." But then TikTok must be listening to my
They do
phone or
have big
whatever.
spiders. They got hand-sized spiders and little spiders.
Oh,
But the hand-sized spiders, okay, so from what my cousin told me, the spiders that are as big as your hand are the spiders you kind of want
no,
because
I don't
those
want a
eat,
spider
they
that
eat the
big.
poisonous ones. The little ones are the poisonous ones, and
I
they'll
don't
crawl
want.
in and get you. But I don't want no
I don't
spiders.
want no spider.
I just want to live a spider-free life.
So now it makes sense. So cousin, you was right. You was right to ask about spiders because we are not going there because I have a cousin that I travel with and she lives in another state. So yes, you.
But Australia is wonderful. You should go. It's beautiful.
I don't know,
The
cause
ocean was nice. There's a lot of Greek men frolicking the beach. I ain't gonna say Greek. Mediterranean men frolicking on the beach. It was quite a scene. It was quite a scene when I went. You can see the fishing boats. The fish there is so fresh. It's right out the ocean. And my friends, most of my not my friend, but my cousin. My cousin said so. Fish and chips is their thing because it was colonized by Britain, so that's what they eat. And so I ate fish and chips like probably almost every day I was there. So they had all these different kind of fishes and shark
fishes.
and fishes because that's what they had. All these different kind of fishes because that's what it is today. It's fishes, not fish.
Fishes. Okay.
Anywho,
Makeup words.
So yeah, you just add es on everything. Make it happen. So they had all these different kind of fishes and. So I was asking him about the fish because they had all these different names, and I was like, "What kind of fish is that? I never even heard of that." And then he was saying some stuff. He was like, that's probably not even what that fish is. It's probably shark." I'm like, "Shark? I'm eating shark?"
And you were excited about it?
No, not really, but it was good. I still ate it.
Well, what I was going to say is that I was concerned about the kangaroos, right? My cousin was concerned about the spiders, which I hadn't heard about the spiders, but now that I know they got tarantula-sized giant spiders over there, thanks, cousin, for the heads up.
Have you seen the spiders
little
over
girl
here?
on TikTok let in a snake. She just opened the door, and so she says, "Dad," and she was probably like 5. And she's like, "Dad, there's a snake," and it looked like a boa constrictor. Now it probably wasn't a boa constrictor, but to me it was boa constrictor-ish. It was in the family of, and he was like, in the video, in the title, it's like, my daughter is gonna help me get this snake out of the door, and she was so calm, and she actually helped him get this big old snake out the house
because
no
kids don't be caring. We used to find lightning bugs and take their little lights off and make earrings, and you didn't care about bugs and stuff when you was kids. But it's when you get older you realize the foolery, like how crazy was I picking this stuff up off the ground. Because you pick up look at that, bam, picking it up. It's when you get older, but that's also like that's a grown up fear that parents tend to put. I mean, generally though, tend to put upon kids because most people are not afraid of anything. A baby could be sitting there, a snake will roll by. They're like, "Oh, snake," and grab it.
Yeah,
They're
you're
not gonna
right.
think about it. But it's because the parents are like, "Oh my God, no!" Because we understand the danger as adults. That we're like, no, now the baby is afraid of snakes. But you really don't want your children to be afraid of animals and snakes and stuff like that because the world is full of all kind of stuff. Girl, I just had to kill 55,000 spiders outside my condo. I'm like, why? I don't know what's going on with these spiders this year, but I ain't never seen so many spiders making webs and having babies in my life. I don't know, and not even little spiders. These spiders is like that big, like with legs.
Oh no.
Like legs as long as my fingers, but their bodies is like big.
No.
And they want to be all in front of your door and all up in the
first of
walkway.
all,
Like move over, like go in the bushes.
You do live in like a wooded area.
It's
and
not that
I
wooded.
imagine at one time that land belonged to them.
It's not that
and
wooded.
as humans continue to invade spaces.
Really? You act like I live out in the wilderness. I live right off of Kyle Parkway, girl.
But we all live in the wilderness. You know what I mean? At one point, it was the wilderness. Like, I'm so tired of seeing dead deer on the side. Well, you don't even really see them now, but when they first cut all the trees down, yeah, see, I could.
You see how she
I do care about
the animals. She said I live in the wilderness.
I do care about
I live
the
in
animals.
East Cobb. East Cobb is the wilderness?
It was at one point, years ago.
Everything was the wilderness.
Exactly. And so spiders still exist.
Years ago.
Where is spiders supposed to live?
In the bushes. Not right in the walkway.
Okay.
It was one on my car mirror trying to live his best life. I was like, bro, fall off. It wouldn't fall off. So I started driving. It just held on extra tight. I had to get it was an experience. It was a real experience. And it was a big spider too. Like when the legs and everything was out, it covered up like half of the mirror. Yeah. I was like, I know you lying. Yeah. Anyway, so we way off the subject.
We are not off the subject because that is about friendship. Because she did tell me that they had spiders in Australia, and I will not be in Australia. Thanks, friend.
First of all, Australia is beautiful, and if you don't go, you're doing yourself an injustice. Thank you very much.
First of all, I want to go everywhere I can. Okay,
I love to travel. I'm not gonna go nowhere just because it's an animal there. Now, unless the animals is just running rampant, that's different. If they be like, well, don't go to this specific country because vicious koala bears are just swiping people off the street.
So cute.
That's different, girl. Them things be drunk. Girl, koala bears be intoxicated. See,
they just be learning stuff.
They do. I forgot what they were saying because I went to this whole little presentation about why they be intoxicated. I forgot. I want to say it's the eucalyptus or something, or the bamboo, or whatever they be doing. Yeah. But they get it intoxicates them in some shape, form, or fashion, and they look real. But koala bears actually can be quite vicious. They got real long nails, and they will get you.
I mean, have you seen the eucalyptus tree? It's not butter.
It's not.
They got like cutting butter. Yeah,
they gotta get in there real good. But I don't know. But when I went to Australia, I saw the sanctuary. I saw platypuses. We saw a nice little bird show up, platypi, whatever.
I don't know, but
I think it's platypi. Either way, we saw the kangaroos. Mm-hmm. They were all laid out. It was so hot in Australia. Let me tell you how hot it was in Australia. Hot in Australia. Mm-hmm. Like this ain't even hot. This stuff we got over here, it ain't hot. I about got burnt up when I was over. That was the first time I ever really had a tan. Like my feet, under my shoes, and my legs was two different colors. I was like,
you looked at your feet like you remembered.
I know, like I had to look at them because I was like, man, am I still tanned? But it was really, really hot, and the kangaroos was all just laid out. They was just like, oh, so they weren't hopping around none. They weren't doing none. They was like, we on vacation, we chilling like a villain. They was like, can somebody get us some water? They looked
so she did tell me, she was like, that the kangaroos outnumber the humans, and I'm happy for the kangaroos. I believe it.
That's why they be making kangaroo pie. They be making kangaroo pie.
See, it's something.
And I was like, I'm not eating that. My cousin was trying to get me to eat one. I said, not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Why would I do that?
Now you want to eat roux.
But then my cousin, she told me when she went to Africa, they was eating lions. I said, now why you doing that?
You killing Charlotte. from Charlotte's Web.
Oh,
They
she got to
eating
die.
Rue,
She in front of my door.
and she go eat Mufasa.
Hey.
That's horrible.
Hey. Nah, I didn't eat. I couldn't believe they was. I'm like, y'all eat kangaroo? She was like, yeah, it's a meat. I'm like, oh my god. So my brother had this whole question about like what's petable and what's edible, and I feel like
petable,
like
okay,
a pet, and what's edible. And at this point in life, I feel like most people think anything is edible. And to be honest, if you get hungry enough, apparently people are too, because we had this whole discussion. Like, we were all on a plane, and the plane crashed, and we ran out of food. Would you eat your cousins, your brothers, your sisters? And my brother is a vegetarian, y'all. And he gonna say, well, yeah. I'm like, Eric, you don't even eat meat, Eric. You don't even eat meat. And you gonna eat people? You just gonna jump from eating vegetables to people. You ain't even went to the animal route. You just like, ain't nothing. If we can't find none, I'm just gonna, I know I'm just gonna die. Like, first of all, as soon as the plane land, first of all, I'm scavenging. I'm out on scavenge mode. I'm like, okay, let me find a leaf or something, a berry, something I can eat. And if at that point, at whatever time go by, and my fat cells have depleted themselves, and I can no longer sustain, I'm just gonna lay down and go to sleep and not wake up, because I'm not finna start cutting open people's legs and arms. Like, I just found that quite weird. Like, and I know people like, well, survive. It's just me. You survive, and I'm just like, and I wouldn't be able to live with it though. Because
how did we get here,
girl? I wouldn't be able to live with it if I ate my friend or my brother or my sister or whoever. Like, I'm like, okay, well, thigh meat it is.
No, I'm saying, how do we get to this in our conversation?
Because this is how conversations progress. This is what happens when you talk to crazy people, and I'm telling you, I was just flabbergasted. And then, okay, so I didn't ate my sister. I didn't ate her thighs. 2 weeks later, we get a rescue. Now I got to know that I didn't ate her legs.
Well, you was gonna know that if you got rescued or not.
But I wasn't, because I was gonna lay down and die. I wasn't gonna eat none of the people. I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna be hungry. However long you can live without food, I was just gonna be. Yeah. But that's why I say, anytime you fly over the ocean, you should take a whole bag full of snacks. Like a whole bag full of like hearty snacks with nuts and all kind of stuff in it. And if everybody did that, which they do not, because everybody's just so safe with how the world works and nothing never falls out the sky. But if everybody did that, if the plane did crash, it would be enough food. If you ration.
You have really thought this through.
Girl, after I saw that movie Alive back in the 90s, heck yeah. It was a movie that came out. It was a movie, girl, back in the 90s called Alive. Girl, and them people crashed and they started eating the passengers, girl, because they ran out of food. They was hungry. And I was like, why would you go that? And my first thought was just like, why would you go that far and not have a suitcase full of Snicker bars? Like, I'm just confused. So you should take you some trail mix. It seemed like a crazy thing to do, but you gonna want a snack on the plane anyway. Nobody want them little plane snacks. Take you 4 big jumbo bags of trail mix.
So I did go across the pond, and you know what I had? I had snacks. Oh, you gonna leave me hanging?
Oh, I didn't know you. So I thought you just ain't had.
I did. Yeah. I had a bag of snacks.
You need some snacks.
Some crackers and
you
stuff.
Need something. But that's what I'm saying. If everybody, see, you can't be the only one with snacks, because they gonna kill you off and take your snacks, right? But if everybody had snacks,
immediately they gonna get me
probably,
immediately.
Because they gonna be hungry.
6-7 hours.
I mean, you better have them real good. That's all I'm gonna say. And all I'm saying is, if everybody did it, it would make for an easier transition if the plane was to go down. Because if the people who actually do die, you can get their snacks. So now you got extra snacks to ration.
Yeah.
While you scavenge for
food, right? She had some snacks. I had some snacks. We could share. You see how important friendship is? That's how I'll get this conversation circled right back around.
Yeah, friendships is great. And if she ain't got no snacks, she'll be a hungry sister. Because I'm like, why you ain't pack a carry-on bag for the snacks?
What you said, there needs to be some reciprocity in
this friendship. I'm just trying to understand. If I go overseas with
I
anybody,
got one
we
pack of
need some
crackers for you.
snacks. We need some, especially when you taking long trips. If you're going like 2-hour flights or 3-hour flights, that's not
that
far.
flight was
But
10 hours.
right, that's what I'm saying. You going all the way over here, over there. Y'all crossing mountain ranges and heaps and Mount Everest.
I didn't look. I slept.
Mount Himalayaras and all of the Himalayas. Y'all crossing all this stuff across the world. Anything could happen. You could fall in the middle of nowhere.
You can.
And what you gonna have to do? Fight a polar bear? Girl,
you know, I just was like, if the plane should crash, I had fun.
Like, I mean, I'm not. Nobody.
What's that movie? I was trying to think of that movie where that lady, they was trying to survive, and then he was like, "Oh, I can't carry everybody," so she just like jumped off of him. She just went swimming, went back, and she just went ahead and let herself drown. She was like an old lady, and she couldn't like. Yeah. I can't remember what it is. That would have been me. I'd be like, you know what, y'all gonna live. Yeah. Because I'm not gonna do too many hard things. I already do hard things.
Like
I'm
I
not
said,
gonna do too many
if
more.
I survive,
I'm not eating ants. I'm not eating
body
parts.
Stuff. I'm not eating no bugs. I'm not doing it. And so I would get off the plane and I would start scavenging. And if I can't find anything, I'm like, well, I got my bag of snacks. And once they gone, I mean, all you need is a couple of bites a day. You could probably last a few months, really. Yeah. With them, if you got a nice size bag of snacks. Now, if everybody got them some snacks, then everybody should be good. But you know, people don't know how to ration. No. You better eat your bite just and like, go to sleep. People be saying, have you seen? It's common to be like, it is cheaper to eat out as a single person than it is to. Sometimes it is. Get grocery store. I think it depends on what you're eating. It is you don't know how to eat like a poor person. You know what I mean? Like you don't know how to eat meals that you could have leftovers. You don't know how to spread money. Like one thing about a certain group of people is we know how to survive with no money. I think it just depends on what you're eating. Because and they said that because all of the prices of the food went up. So if you were used to eating, let's say you was like, okay, I'm gonna eat fish, you're not even expensive fish. Let's just say you was getting maybe a salmon, right? Once or twice a week. And then maybe you ate chicken the rest of the week. And chicken is fairly reasonably priced generally, right? And then you would make your little meals. You had your little rice, your beans, your vegetables, whatever you was eating with it, right? Your sides. Right. Throughout the week, right? You cooking, you at home, you making it happen, whatever. However, that was cool, right? Yeah. But then the prices went up on everything. When I tell you my grocery bill literally went up, like I went to the store. It's like usually, I'm single as slice of cheese. So I go to the store. I go maybe once, twice a week, here or there, depending on what I'm at. But usually this particular meal was my taco bowl meal, right? So I get all my stuff in my taco bowl. You know, you get the onions, your avocados, your tomatoes, your ground chicken, your this, your that, your spinach, whatever you gonna put in it, your sauce, all that stuff, right? Right. And then I might have got maybe 2 or 3 other things. When I tell you, it was like $45. I said $45. Yes. Because it used to be $25. Why was it $45? Because the price of everything went up. The salsa I like went up by $2. I was like, "Ooh, I didn't know this. Let me put that back." Okay, like, this is what I'm hearing. So those little going ups add up, and then if you break that down, like say you take that, say I take that same little taco bowl stuff home, and I'm like, okay, let me make my food, and I make my food, and I eat it, and it lasts me for 3 meals. Right. But now instead of spending $6 a meal, now I'm at $9 a meal because everything went up. $9, you can go outside and eat. No, where? I can find something to eat outside for $9. Where? I can't even get you can get 2 tacos from Willie's. You can get something. But see, you get being health conscious, right? Being health conscious, right? Anything that I'm gonna get outside, it's $15 or more. Even if I get a salad, it's gonna be $15. Now those salads are $15 just because I like a nice salad. With your example, right? You spent $45, right? Okay, so you getting 3 meals, 3 dinners out of that $45 of healthy. Really, it's more like 6, but I'm okay, right? Well, okay, 5, 4. Whatever. Okay. That's still better than spending $15 every time you go outside. It depends on what you're eating. That's what I'm saying. Like, it just depends on the food you're actually
I
getting.
mean, if you going to
Because
McDonald's though, you spending.
nobody
We don't
said
even
nothing
eat
about
that.
fast
But what
food.
I'm
But
saying is,
I'm
it's just as
it
expensive.
just depends on what you get. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not
Mhm.
saying that's okay for every meal. I'm not saying that's okay for every day. But I do think it depends on what you're getting. Because if you're like, oh, if I went to the store, let's say I wanted 2 tacos, I gotta go
Mhm.
back to a chia sales, I gotta get the meat, I gotta get the cheese, I gotta get this, I gotta get that, I gotta get all of that stuff. And yes, you might be like, well, that would make you at least 8 tacos,
Yeah, that's
right?
what I was thinking.
It would make you 8 tacos, but look how much money you're gonna spend. Tortillas, the little 10 pack things of tortillas, like
Now, yeah,
$5.
they
They
more now.
$5.
They
You see what
more
I'm saying?
now.
They used to be like
Mhm.
$3.69. They $5 just for that. Your tomato, you're gonna spend like $2.69 a
Mhm.
pound, or have
Mhm.
foolery. Onions is high. I was like,
Yeah, but you know what? You can freeze onions.
you can, but I'm just
Mhm.
saying. So you got to get, if once you buy all your stuff. So let's say 5, 10, 15, 20. You didn't spend $25.
Right. Mhm. But you got 8 tacos.
Maybe.
So what I'm saying is,
But who finna make 8, man? But sometimes the luxury of not having to cook is nice.
right, but that's what meal planning is for. So you're not gonna go and make. You're not gonna. I have never seen a pack of meat small enough to make 2 tacos. You know what I mean? So if you didn't cook up that meat, right, you can put that meat in a container,
You
right?
could.
And you can eat off of that meat.
You
Your
could.
taco bowl, right? The only thing that you cannot save that I heard was the tomato, right? Because don't freeze no tomato.
You can freeze tomatoes, but it depends on how you use it after. If you're gonna use it after you freeze it, you put it in a sauce. It's
Okay,
not gonna
I
be
can
nothing
see
else
that,
but a sauce
but
or a soup.
you can't put it in
You
a taco.
can't make it
A soup. Now you know I love a soup.
You can. You
right?
have to use
So
it
a soup
different.
for me, I make a soup. Guess what? That's a dinner, the lunch the next day, and
Well,
possibly the lunch
you
after
be
that
eating
as
soup
a
a
one
lot.
as a single
Yeah,
person,
yeah.
right?
I mean,
So
I just say it depends on what you.
and then the salmon. Okay, so the salmon is $20,
Man,
$25 for a salmon.
it's
But
hard
you
for
gonna get like 4 or 5 pieces. You only gonna eat one.
maybe when you hungry.
Okay, so like I had a salmon, right? I cut that guy up. I had four pieces of salmon. I cooked 2 of them, right? Because first of all, I'm not gonna eat fish more than one day after it's been done. Because in my mind, it ain't good no more.
Yeah, all my food
So
got about 48-hour rule. After that, I don't care whether I ate it or not. If I didn't put actually the first day after the first day of eating it, when I'm on the first leftovers, the first set of leftovers, I'm like, ooh, I should freeze all of this stuff because I'm not gonna eat none of it tomorrow.
Well, see, but okay, and that's what I'm saying. So like, I can make a soup, right? I'm gonna make a soup, and I'm going to make the salmon and some veggies, right? And then one day I'm gonna eat the soup, and then I'm gonna freeze the rest of that. Take a day, I'm gonna eat the salmon. You know, I might have that for 2 meals. You know what I'm saying? I'm already up to 4 or 5. Let's just say 3 meals.
Okay, girl.
Off of going to the grocery store.
I do think that meal prepping is a good way to solve a lot of problems with the money. I do, and food. Don't get me wrong. I used to look. I need to start because I just don't feel like cooking them all. But anyways, meal prepping is a way to be. So
that's what they should say. I just don't feel like cooking. So I justify it by saying it's cheaper to eat out.
But now, like I said, it really just depends on what you're getting. And then it also depends on what you're getting and the quality of what you're getting. And it also depends on if you are a good cook. Now, I can cook. Yeah. So my food be fine.
Right.
So I'm okay with making my own food at home.
I mean, but how you can't cook? Like, all you have to
do. A lot of people don't know how to cook.
You got Google. You got Google. First of all,
I just be like,
you don't know how to feed yourself.
It's crazy to not know how to cook because I told her, I said, girl, just get you a crock pot.
Crock pot cook it for you.
It just throw some seasonings,
some herbs the air fryer.
All you gotta do is put the food in there. Just put the raw. You put the raw food in there. Turn it on. You wake up the next morning with aromas.
Yeah. Yeah.
With cooked food.
It's a lack of what? Effort.
I'm just like, I don't know how to shake until the ancestors don't say, look, I shake those seasoning bottles to the food turn color.
Did you say it to the ancestors?
To the ancestors tell you to stop, girl. You be like, oh, girl, I keep shaking. Because I feel like some of the seasoning cook off when you cooking it, right? Depending on what you making, it could cook off.
Well, that's because you're supposed to season everything. Like some people don't season their flour. Like how you not gonna? So you done took time to season that chicken real good, right? Or cornstarch, right? And they don't season it. Like you know, you putting that on top of.
Yeah, you should be seasoning everything.
You should season everything.
But I'm a shaker. And the fish be on, everything be on, but by the time it's done, it be regular color because some of it cook off. Like if you season fish and you put it in the oven, the juices start percolating, and then you see that little spot on the foil or in the pan. That's the seasons that cooked off of it. They on the side. They escape.
You know what I saw here? What? It's time for the percolator.
I mean, I'm saying. do. But yeah, it's. I just keep shaking, but I don't mind. But the food be good,
right? And
I enjoy it. And since I don't cook with salt, I season heavy.
Yeah.
You know, I want to make sure the food is tasty and flavorful, and I put onions and peppers and garlic and almost everything.
Make you want to go home and cook, don't it?
Not really. So actually, I would probably go home and cook. I just don't like the chopping part.
You can buy vegetables.
I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't want nothing pre-chopped.
You need a good knife. No, then.
I
like
stuff.
chopping.
And I have good knives.
I love it.
I bought some good knives on purpose so I could have good knives. Yeah. However, I still don't like all that chopping and dicing and slicing, especially for all the stuff it's like I want to make. I need to cut up 40 things. I gotta cut up an onion. I gotta cut up a tomato. I gotta cut up 3, 4, all 3 of the peppers. Girl, I'm using all that in that meal. All that stuff.
Who are you cooking for?
It just depends on what I'm making. So usually, like let's say the taco bowl, 1 whole onion used. Half of it is generally going in the meat. The other half is to go on top, right? You leave it diced, boom, 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 and then the tomatoes, I only buy enough that I know I'm gonna use on top of it, which is like 5 little small Roma tomatoes. I never get more than that, or 2 or 3 large regular ones. I try not to buy a whole bunch of stuff that I know I'm not gonna eat. And then you get your couple of avocados, which got to get covered. But then I also like peppers, the red, orange, and yellow peppers in the meat too. So I have to cut those. All 3 of them bad boys get chopped up, diced. And then so I put half of that. I type half of that go in, and then the other half goes to spring on top.
No, don't even tell me.
I'm not gonna tell you. Well, one day
for so many years, I still ain't got no taco balls. Taco balls for years.
One day, the next time I cook something, which is never.
She's lying, guys.
I am lying because I probably gonna never make them again. I ain't lying.
See, that's one thing you gotta know about your friends.
And the reason
you gotta know who your friends are.
The reason why I know
she is not about to cook me nothing to eat.
The reason why I know I ain't gonna cook me nothing to eat, girl. I'm eating the air and salt and calories and foolery. But the only reason why I know I'm not gonna make it anymore is because the salsa that I like to go with it then went up so high. It's like $6.49.
You deserve the salsa.
$6.49 for a jar. I was like,
you deserve the salsa. First of all, with girl math, like you're not gonna use that whole jar in one sitting. Technically, that's $2 every scoop. That's picante now.
It's a lot. I just because it used to be like $4.99.
You know what it's a lot of things used to be like you know, and y'all probably don't know this, but McDonald's apple pies used to be 2 for $1. So I don't go to McDonald's.
McDonald's apple pies back when I was a teenager was amazing.
I don't go to McDonald's because they don't have any real food, But I went there one day because I just wanted apple pie. And, like, you supposed to give yourself a little bit of, saying, anyway, it's balance. And so I was like, yeah, let me get the 2 for $1 pies. And he was like, we don't got that. I was in the drive-thru. And I said, since when? And he said, since never. And I was like, dang, you mad?
He said, don't come up here and ask for stuff that got went out with the dinosaurs.
Yeah. It's a lot of things they used to, and
Yeah.
they did taste better. And at the time, McDonald's had real meat. Like we lived,
The food was real. The
we
food started to
lived.
get not so real in the 90s, but it was still kind of, it was mostly real. But by the time the
She said
2000s
it was
came,
mostly real.
girl, by the time the
Yeah.
2000s came, it was all just fluff and
Mm-hmm.
fake. And
Remember when McDonald's fries was good?
girl,
I was
I
probably
don't know.
like, I was probably like 7.
When I was younger, I just really used to like. I mean, this was like the 80s. When I would go to McDonald's, all I ever wanted was that 2 cheeseburger meal. That's all I ever
Girl,
wanted.
remember
For some
that?
reason, it was so good. I was
First of all,
like,
you get 2 sandwiches.
I mean, for real. like I'm hungry. Like, oh, I get and fries and drink. They're like, I said,
it was
$2.99. It was like $2.99.
Girl.
Anytime people was like, well, I ain't got McDonald's money. It's $1.99. What you mean you ain't got McDonald's money? Meanwhile,
But I'ma tell you,
everybody smoking and drinking, but they ain't got McDonald's
I'm gonna tell you, for me, McDonald's was a treat. Like we ate at home every day. So like to go to McDonald's was like it was rare,
Girl,
you
very
know.
rare.
But I know people that roll up through that drive-through every day now, and they be like, "Ooh."
And to go to McDonald's, they had one of them playhouses in it. That was like a treat. It was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
This a fancy McDonald's. They got a
But I'm
playhouse.
glad they don't have them no more because
Girl,
they had needles and all kind of stuff down there.
Things out of there. People was in there
play
acting crazy, spilling pop, throwing up. They couldn't get in them tubes because the tubes weren't big enough for an adult to go in there to clean the stuff out. They eventually had to let that stuff go.
Yeah.
But but them playhouse, we was like, what? And then remember they had that McDonald's song, Big Mac, BLT, quarter pounder with some cheese, hamburger cheese. I can't remember all of it, but it was a whole song. They had a song and a dance and everything. No, it wasn't. It was an everywhere thing.
I was down here in the country.
Don't be trying to say everything was a Chicago thing.
I was saying y'all had flavor.
We did.
We got unseasoned chicken down here.
Oh, that sounds like a personal problem. I don't know what to tell you about
this
that.
This is the South.
We was
Atlanta just became.
We was living our best life because when we didn't have McDonald's, they had this thing in Chicago called steak burgers. Oh my God! And to this day, people still go to this store in Chicago to get a case of steak burgers because they are. Amazing. I don't even think it's real meat no more, but they used to be amazing because it was so big. It was bigger than the slices of bread, and you would grill them up with some grilled onions. And
you mean like a steak-em?
I don't know what a steak-em is. I said steak, but I'm talking about steak burger. And then we put them in the skillet. You put the cheese on top. You will melt down. You will put
Do it look like Philly cheesesteak?
No.
Oh,
it's a round. It's a round burger. It's a burger. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not steak arms. It's steak for real.
But you seen it. But that's what it was called. Steak arm. You seen that before? You never seen
what steak arm is.
You know what? They might not exist anymore.
It's like
a different world.
Is this steak?
It's a different world than where I came from. I did not know. So so I wanted to ask you a question. Okay. So remember we was talking about remember when, right?
Remember when.
Okay. Do you remember when you first saw somebody that looked like you on TV?
No, because I've never seen anybody that looked like me on TV.
No representation for you?
I've not ever. You mean like a black person?
I mean somebody you just identify with. Like it ain't have to be a color.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna tell you, mine was Awkward Black Girl. I was like, oh my God, I feel so seen.
Girl, you act like you is 22. That you mean when you were okay? Ask the question again. I'm sorry. I think I misunderstood the question because I'm thinking about.
So judged, guys.
I'm sorry. Okay, so I thought you were saying like when I was a child or just in general.
In general.
Okay, because I'm like when I was a kid. Like, and I know Awkward Black Girl was out like 10, 15 years ago. So I'm like, well, how old are you?
But you know, it wasn't a lot of representation of us when we was kids. The black people was purple and orange. You know,
That's not true. What about Bill Cosby?
Well, that didn't look like my family. First of all, Bill Cosby, they was rich.
On Family Matters, they weren't rich on Family Matters.
Laura was popular. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me as a person. I didn't even talk about race. Me as a person. Oh. If anybody on there, I was Judy. Went up the stairs and just damn appeared.
Like I was the one. She ain't nobody noticed I was gone. They ain't say nothing else about me. Like
where Judy.
I mean, I could have sworn.
Who's Judy?
It is what it is. That's true.
Right.
Girl. I don't know. I don't think I looked at it that deep. Though when I was watching TV, it was just for entertainment purposes.
Okay.
Though I did get things out of it.
I seen you watch TV. Like,
no, I be
in there.
Now, when I'm watching a movie.
Well, a movie. You be
that's
in
different
there.
in the movie.
Okay, so
but TV is just Now I'm not gonna lie. When I'm watching sci-fi TV, it's different. Like the X-Files. That's different because I'm like, what?
I was scared.
I got it. We watched that series like 40,000 times. I know
I was so scared.
I'm rewatching it now. Why the X-Files?
Yeah,
it's not.
But I was telling you that it's a lot of things that I saw as a child that I was so scared of. Like I would not go in the basement because the people under the stairs. Oh,
girl, okay,
like, why do you don't have no tongue?
That was a funny movie.
It was not when I was 5 or 6, but I think I was like 5 when I saw that because I was in Germany then, so I had to be like 5.
It was hilarious.
It was on VHS. VHS, guys. I know some of y'all don't know what VHS is, but
Roach. If y'all ain't seen people on the stairs, y'all need to see people on the stairs.
He didn't have a tongue.
It was ruin it.
Oh, my bad. But the thing about it was, my grandma had basements in every one of her houses, and she used to be like, "Y'all go to the basement and get me that." I'm like, "Grandma, I'm gonna tell you, I love you. I love you a long time. I am not. I am not going to the basement.
I love you
in the attic, but I ain't going in the basement.
I love you with the love of the Lord,
because it
but
could
I
be
ain't
people
going
under
in
the
that
stairs.
Girl, that movie was hilarious, girl. I've watched all of those little 80s, 90s movies, girls. They were funny.
But I'm saying, I was 5 the first time I saw it. When I watched it back, I wasn't scared.
Kid.
You know what other movie I couldn't watch? It. Oh my God.
It was stupid. Okay, so
all,
let me tell you.
Because I'm like, do you know how many street things is out there? Gutters is outside. I gotta walk past a gutter every day. So there's a clown in it.
You know what was always crazy for me about it, and especially in the remake of it, right? So we all know Georgie went his little crazy butt outside in the rain, floating that dang on paper boat, and it went in the sewer, and he got, right? He got.
And he had more paper in the house.
Paper in the house. Notebooks, reams of paper, okay? But in the remake, they did it. Georgie went outside. It was raining with his little paper boat or whatever. And he sees this clown in the gutter.
Sees it.
With sharp teeth, mind you.
Sharp
teeth. And is holding a conversation with it. And I don't know what spark in his mind is like, oh, look at my boat went on over there. Let me go on over there and ask that nice sharp tooth clown in a sewer. And that's what he get for getting his arm bit off. Because, like, why would you do that? Like, even, now, don't get me wrong. We was not scary kids at all. Like, we watched scary movies. We did all the things. We was like, whatever. However, we was also city kids. And
so you had common sense.
People shouldn't be in the sewer. And why is a clown in the sewer? Like, I'm asking questions. I'm like, ain't you supposed to be at a party or something? Why you in the sewer? And why your teeth so sharp? That seemed a little suspect right there in itself. So you just hanging out in sewers in kid neighborhoods? I'm calling the police.
First of all, I did not need that boat that bad.
Girl. Are you a paper boat? I don't care what color. It could have been a real boat. I still wasn't going to no sewer. First of all, I still do not understand what logic was missing for you to think that was okay for a clown to be in a sewer.
But what I'm trying to tell you is that's when
sense.
I turned the movie off. I didn't watch it. I did not watch past that for years. And when I finally did, I finally got up the courage because I'm like, shoot, I done been through COVID. I done been through everything. Now, I feel like I've turned into a superhero after COVID. I done made it through COVID, living by myself, isolation, which I enjoy. Anyway, so I finally watched it. And then I realized that was the scariest part of the whole movie. The rest of the movie wasn't even scary.
That wasn't even scary either. That was
stupid. Was scary because it's the sewer outside.
It was stupid. Because First of all, even at that young age, people like, but he was a little boy. Okay, but even when we was 3, 4, and 5, we knew a better. Stranger danger.
Yeah.
Stranger danger. He didn't
First
look
of all,
strange.
you ain't never seen nobody else in the sewer.
He
and
looked
you
strange.
He looked very strange.
He didn't even look like a sewer worker. It was a clown. It was like Ronald McDonald warped out with
and
sharp
that's
teeth.
why I don't do nothing. I don't do those things like them clowns and them people that's dressed up.
Have you seen
I
that?
need to be able to see your eyes.
Have you seen that
today in real life?
Killer Clowns from
IRL.
Outer Space.
Why would I watch
You
that?
should watch it. It's so good. It's like a spoof movie. It's funny.
I'm not gonna watch that.
It's from the 80s. It's so nice. You should. It's on Tubi. You should watch it.
No.
It's not like round.
Tubi is a horrible channel.
It's not that kind of.
I understand why it's free.
But Shonda, it's not that kind of. It's not like. I mean, they are killer clowns, but it's not like what you would think. Like they not like. It's not like that. It's not that kind of movie.
I don't even like clowns.
I understand, but it's
I don't
still
like
a good movie.
nothing. Like nothing. The only thing that I kind of could tolerate was Barney, and that was because.
But that wasn't a clown at all.
No, that's what I'm saying. He
was a grape with eyes.
But what I'm saying is he was a masked thing, and I don't like none of that. So I would never go to Disneyland. I would never do that thing because why can't I see your eyes? That bothers me. So, but Barney was okay because, I don't know why Barney was okay. I guess it was on every day I got out of school at the time.
I love you. You love me. I watched Barney down the street with a knife and a gun and I shot him in the head. I'm so glad that Barney's dead. That's the hood version.
Y'all was traumatized. Or y'all would have traumatized me.
Girl, I love you. So you start off nice. You love me.
So let me ask you, okay. So, do you have any, since we're talking about friendships, do you have any, people that
we're
you
not really talking
with?
about friendships. We talking about everything not friendship related. Sorry, guys. This is about everything. This episode is just about everything. But go ahead.
Do you have any childhood friends that you still keep in touch with?
Like what you say, childhood, you like how old?
When you was a child.
Like, but how old is, what do you consider a child age stopping at?
It don't matter.
It matters.
It doesn't.
Because 15, 12. So, no. So, after... No. My oldest friend I've known since 14.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Anybody, because we moved a lot. So,
okay.
I wasn't able to hold on to those.
Yeah, we moved a lot too.
I still remember them though. And it's so crazy though. So the world is so small, y'all. So I'm from Chicago. And I went to this one elementary school with a set of people, right? This has happened to me several times, by the way, this story I'm going to tell you. And this one guy named Andre and this one dude named Clarence. We all was in kindergarten, first and second grade together because that's the school I was at. But then I transferred, right? Why did I end up going to high school with the Andre guy? I was like, what you doing here? But let me even trick you out a little bit more. And I was just talking to another friend of mine about this the other day. So again, I'm in kindergarten, first, second grade. So kindergarten, first, second, went to school with this one chick named LaTanya. I transferred. She did whatever. Obviously, she transferred. She did whatever. I go to high school, right? Meet a girl named Angela, right? Whatever. Boom, 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 boom. Didn't think nothing of it. About nothing, right? I go to college. Met this girl named Latricia, R.I.P. Love her to death. Come to find out, my friend Latricia went to grammar school with the girl Angela from high school, who went to grammar school with me, the girl LaTanya from kindergarten, first, second grade. And we all ended up kind of knowing each other in a string of events. Yeah. Chicago is the smallest big city, y'all.
She said it's a small. No, I think Atlanta is the smallest big city.
Everybody in Chicago know everybody.
Would you even call Atlanta a big city?
No.
Atlanta is just.
But see, Chicago really is a huge city.
It is.
But I feel like every time I go there, I know somebody that know me, that know somebody I know that knows some. Even the people I meet here know people I know. I'm like, what? That's why I don't do nothing. This is why I be in the house just watching sci-fi. And anybody who say I was somewhere different, lying. because I was watching Aliens.
You are hilarious.
They be
But that
going on.
happened to me. And I think it's because, just the school district. So, like, elementary schools are, it's more of them
But I wasn't even
than
in
there
the same
are
district.
high schools.
But go ahead.
So, y'all probably, like, all went to little elementary schools that was local. And then everybody kind of, the zoning.
But
zoned
see,
to
even
one
our
high
high
school.
school, my high school was not.
Mm.
I traveled 2 hours to go to a different high
Oh,
school
darn.
on the CTA public buses.
Oh, see.
So I didn't go to my neighborhood. And then when we moved to whole different neighborhoods. You know,
so
like
it's
it wasn't
like
like we moved down the street. We moved like across town. So even once I was in, like, I want to say 6th grade, maybe we was catching a bus to school because we had moved from where, but we didn't want to transfer. So we just caught the bus to 2 buses to get to the other school we was at before. But I wasn't living in that neighborhood.
What time you had to get up?
Like an hour before, because it was
right.
2
This
buses.
is a city too.
Yeah, it was 2 buses, but it wasn't super far. It wasn't far. It's just 2 buses because you had to go one way, then you had to go the other way. Now my high school was far because it was it was only 2 buses, but it was like a long ride that way and then a long ride that way. It was far. So it would take about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Skip school.
You could have.
Why would I do that?
Yeah, see, you different. If I had the opportunity, I probably would have skipped. That's one thing. That's one thing that I would change about myself is I was so compliant. I did everything I was supposed to do, and it didn't get me nothing,
girl.
It just made me miss out on some
that.
things that people have experienced in their youth that I didn't.
I think about, it's not even about the compliant, because I am who I am. I still am who I am now. I just feel like if I could have had a different, or access to a different mindset, even if I didn't use it all the time, like just access to it, because these girls be out here getting it, and I just be like, I want to do that, but it's just something in me that say, don't do it, don't do it. Now I finally come to the point where I am willing to sell my feet on OnlyFans, because why not, right? But now all of my friends and family is like, don't do it, Venus, don't do it. It's so horrible. But I'm like, well, why? It's just toes. It's just feet. Just toes. I mean, if somebody want to pay me for these feet, I should let them, right? But I mean,
girl, you needed some toenail polish.
Girl, whatever these people want. Look, don't get me started on my.
Oh, maybe you put a toe ring on.
Girl, whatever, whatever. But it's so crazy. But I just wish I had access to a certain level of thinking earlier on. But I was so, like, nerdy and just into books and blah blah blah. It was just not my way. My thought processes didn't go that way. I was never trying to use anybody. Not that I'm trying to use anybody now, but it's just the mindset of some of the people, because you can kind of make almost anything work for you if your mindset is right. That's what I always say: change your mindset, change your life, change your mindset. But yeah, yeah.
Well, I think it's, it's the time, it's the influences,
It is. I grew up in a different time for sure.
Right, so, because I mean, people are definitely more creative now. There's definitely more access.
It is. That's true.
You had what your mama told you. And you didn't question what your mama told you. Or you had to go to the library and actually learn
Dewey
that
Decimal
way.
System. We had to learn the Dewey Decimal System, okay? Nowadays, you just type in a name and the book pop up.
What is the Dewey Decimal System for the audience?
Oh, it was a way that they cataloged books in the library.
Oh, you mean the little card catalog?
Yeah.
Oh, I only had to use that.
It would have like numbers and letters and stuff on it, and you would use that to go into the stacks to find the book.
Yeah. Okay, I remember that. And encyclopedias. But them encyclopedias, if you ain't get them every year, like, you was outdated after a while.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to. Yeah. Because information was ever changing, right?
Right. Microfiche. So you don't know what you don't know until you know it. Yeah. So.
I reckon.
But okay, so for me, I moved around a lot. So I don't have any, like, real childhood
Right,
friends.
friends.
Now, my best friends I met in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and we still are. Well, my best friend I met when I was in high school, and we still are friends to this day. And
To
our
this
relationship
day.
had to adapt, and I can say that we grew up together. Every version of us, when we was wild child, when we, now that we are grown and sexy, whatever, however she shows up, I love and adore her, and
Right.
vice versa. And I really think, that it would be nice. I think, like, if you know how we were talking about romantic relationships, I
Mm-hmm.
think I would need to have that in my romantic relationship,
Yeah.
because I know that I am constantly
Yeah.
growing out of, you know,
The old versions of yourself.
yes, it's like
Right.
I'm shedding these skins constantly. So as soon as he get used to who I who he thinks I am, it's who I was.
Well, don't change too much. You're gonna like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Now I wanted that version. I want this newfangled version. You gotta kind of slide it in slick, like, and then
Yeah.
and then once he start complaining, you gotta be like, I guess I'm going back to old me.
Oh, me that I want because I want to, or because he wants me to.
Certain parts of you, he may want to be the same. So, like I know you meditate and you be all
Yeah,
zen.
I
And
do.
then at some point, if you and he like, oh, I dig that about you. Okay, and
Mhm.
then you just stop zenning. He gonna be like,
Oh, well, see,
uh.
so that's why I needed the distinction, because if it's something like he wanted me to stay small and I'm
Oh
trying to
no, ain't nobody
expand.
got time for
Okay,
that.
because ain't
Now I'm not
nobody
talking
got
about
time for that.
I'm not talking about physical stuff. Obviously, I don't want
Yeah.
nobody who gained 400 pounds either. But just yourself as a person, not.
Oh, well, I wasn't talking about physical. I was talking about emotionally.
Yeah, even
But
that.
yeah.
Because I feel like even in relationships, people tend to learn their partner, right? And
Right.
then he don't want to come home one day and come be like, I don't even know you no more. Like, what the frick, you know?
Well, he should be like, well, hello. You know what I mean?
So
If
he
you
get a new
love me,
girl.
if you love me,
Look, you
love me
get a
like
new
you love me
wife
yesterday.
every 6 months. Look at
Okay.
you. You can cheat on me with me. Look.
Right. You don't know who I'm gonna be. I might
Yeah,
be,
I don't know. I feel like you just gotta slide
I
stuff in
saw that
over
in a
time.
book. I mean, I read that in a book where what the girl did in her relationship is they would just meet up and pretend like they were strangers and just have like
Oh, people do that all the
amazing
time.
um sex, and I'm like, that would be awesome.
People do that all the time. So I always like feel like, if you're married, especially after you've been married a while, but even if you haven't, even if you are new, if you're new and you're doing things, you should keep doing those things as you age in your marriage. Like, why would you stop being exciting to each other? Even if the excitement, I mean, because everybody different strokes for different folks.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever it may be, even if it has to change and alter because life changed and altered a little bit, you should still try to be exciting to your
Yeah.
partner. I mean, because
Yeah, keep it
I'm
spicy.
gonna come up with a new joke every day for you, boo. I got a new joke. He gonna be like, go to bed.
Right, but I think like
He gonna
I
be like,
think that I think just like in my friendships, right? You know what to expect from me. I'm an Aquarius, right? So a lot of
yeah.
people are like, oh, y'all say the weirdest things. Well, expect that from me. Oh, you're solution oriented, so I'm coming with that. I'm not really the emotional, vulnerable person, so keep that stuff over there.
Keep it over
We can
there.
cry a little bit, but we got like one song, and it's not even a long song. It's like 3 minutes. 3 minutes, feel your feelings,
Yeah.
and then it's over. This is not the extended version of
The
the song.
storm is over now.
Not gospel music, because gospel music is drawn out. I mean, like a nice little,
Quick rap song.
a little bop.
Storm is over.
Cause I'm about to turn up. I'm a survivor. Like you over there.
Rain,
Woe
go
is me.
away.
I don't even listen to music like that anymore, because I realized like it's a lot. You gotta watch what you consume, and so That one song, Mary J. Blige, I'm going down.
I'm going
No, I'm
down.
not. I'm not. Every time I hear that song, people be singing that. I be thinking to myself, no, I'm not.
But you know, even thinking about the lyrics of that song, my whole world's upside down because you
No,
ain't
it's
around. I'm
not.
going down.
No, it's not.
Am I though?
No, it's not.
Because I feel like after, so she made that song for that Wait and Exhale movie. But after she left him, she leveled up. She cut her hair off. She found her man whose wife was dying of cancer. She just had to lay there and had her
I'm
nice little
just
cuddle
saying,
session.
y'all be singing
They
that
was
song.
doing it.
And what type of good, empowering emotions come out of singing that type of music? It's a no for
It's
me.
a song to help.
No.
What's the word I'm looking for?
You
to help,
reminisce on a
help
bad
people
time.
be sad. To
No.
just help people continue to be sad. To help people live in their sadness at the moment. I feel like you shouldn't stay in that space. You know, you get sad, you broke up, you was with somebody 20 years. I mean, they was married. They was together forever. You know, you be sad for a little minute. I give you your time to grieve, cry, whatever, burn his clothes, whatever you feel like you're going to do. But it's a space for that. You can't be in that space for a year. You be in that space for as long as and that space has levels. Like the first recent after the first recent thing, you probably like, oh my God. And then as time goes on, you just like, oh, whatever. And then, whatever. And then, it just becomes less and less and less an impact on your emotional, physical well-being.
So
and
I
then
feel
it's
like
gone because then you like, screw John, whatever.
So that's when I come in. That's when you call me. You know what I'm saying? Well, now, when you want to cry, woe is me, I'm going down, and all of my other sad. So I can't even think of them because I don't listen to them.
I had a friend.
Call your other friend. Your other friend got you. You know, if you want to talk about.
She would break up with
all
boys.
Of that emotional stuff. It's just not me.
She would break up with boys, and she was just listening to the saddest songs. And I was just like, "Girl, we is in high school, girl. It ain't even that serious."
Of which the songs that do you know the songs that we was listening to when we was in high school is ridiculous. Girl, they next came to my high school.
Girl. You got that butter love.
They was like, step back, you dancing kind of close. Feel a little poke. Girl. Why are you in my high school gymnasium talking about you getting an erection?
That's why it was a lot of
this is why we
teenage pregnancies back in the day.
Yeah.
They had a lot of songs. I mean, even just, My Neck, My Back, Adina Howard.
Well, yeah, but they wasn't coming in my high school singing.
No, but I mean, they was out in the world, though. Yeah. They was out in the world. They had a song back in the day called I Think I'm Getting Kind of Horny. Ooh. Yeah, girl, it was on that soundtrack for Murder. Murder Was the Case.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that Snoop Dogg?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Lottie-dottie, we likes to party, Yeah, it was and then, and you just break down the words. I think I'm getting kind of horny and I want you. I called you up for some sexual healing. I called you again, so baby, come get it. Bring the lotion so I could rub it. Assume the position.
You listen to this a lot,
girl. That was back in the day. I don't even know no words to no songs, but the songs from the 90s, I still know those songs. Girl, look, I could probably still I could sing all Lottie Dottie. We likes to party. We don't cause trouble. We don't bother nobody.
And whose song is that?
Snoop Dogg.
Oh, why was I thinking that was Slick Rick? You heard a song?
Because he had a song where he said.
So I am in the room.
You in the building?
Okay, that's
not
it.
The room, no. Okay,
not the room. I'm thinking about the original.
I still remember that stuff. Don't know the meaning of water. So now this new age stuff, girl, I don't know none of this stuff. But
I love the new songs. I love the empowerment songs. I love
empowerment, maybe, but rap.
I mean, it's a couple bops out there I listen to when I'm in the gym.
Swag and a surf. I swag and a surf. I got polo on my body. Oh, that's not what we doing.
That's not new anymore. Okay.
But that's the song I be.
Yeah.
Old songs. Like I said, I like old songs. Yeah. Old songs. 90s.
But I mean, I love
early 2000s.
Like Jessie Reyez. I went to her concert. It was amazing. Yeah. You don't know who that is?
I've heard a couple of her songs.
Yeah.
I like some of the music out, but I
You know, I
honestly
love Beyonce.
I don't
but we're not gonna go
know.
there because I know you don't like Beyonce.
No, I'm not gonna say I don't like her. I don't resonate with her music. That's all. Don't be
Yeah.
having beehive after me. She alright. She can do whatever she want to do. Y'all live y'all best lives, and y'all can beehive it up over there.
Rihanna.
I do like
Okay.
Rihanna music.
Okay.
Under my umbrella, Ella, Ella, A. Love on the brain. Love.
Oh, now that.
That is a song, girl.
And that song Needed Me.
Girl.
Yes.
That's
yes.
That's what I'm saying. Some of the stuff is fine,
Mhm.
but I will say this. That's why I'm saying this new stuff now, I don't really know all the words. I knew all the words to the old stuff. Like even the Rihanna songs, I know a little bit of it, but I don't know all the words. Like I can't just be singing it. But some songs from back in the day, I can sing.
Yeah.
I can sing from beginning to
end.
But I was a time. A time was had back then. It was like the song connected to a memory, to a time, to a specific emotion, to an event. Nowadays, songs just be on the radio when you driving to work.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I think that is my whole point. Is like they be tied to a certain emotion, and I want to be up here.
Yeah.
And a lot of that music was way down there.
I just, it is what it is. But
So,
a time was had.
It was.
But this was good, even though we didn't talk about friendships.
We did talk about friendship.
Not a lot.
What kind of we talked about our friendship?
Our friendship crazy. She crazier than a Betsy bug, and I'm not no better.
Well, at least she's honest about herself.
Oh, I know I'm crazy, but it's okay. I'm a fun crazy. Everybody loves this kind of crazy.
Like I said, I identified with awkward black girl because, hey.
All right.
Okay,
girl.
She sees me.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Yeah, and we want some feedback, guys. Let us know, like, what are some suggestions that you have to maintain friendships, as you guys grow, because we're all going to grow and develop, and we have our different relationships.
Also, let us know your first remember when from back in the day. Like, what was something that happened back when you were growing up that you remember that still sticks with you today?
Oh, yeah. That's good. That's good, too. Well, it's been real.
All right, bye. Like, subscribe, share.
Yeah, all of that.